YouTube, what's good, guys? So today I want to talk to you guys about how you are going to be tried and tested by weak men on this journey. So you on this journey, since you got on this journey, you've gotten a little bit of more self-control to you. You are no longer as feeble to your desires and your pleasures as you used to be. Now you're a little bit more controlled. You have more control over yourself, and this is going to come out in the way you carry yourself. This is going to come out in the way your face is looking now. People are going to notice this, and obviously people who are not on this journey, or people who lack vitality in their life, are going to be, one, they are going to be jealous of you, and two, they are going to be want to have what you have for themselves. But you find out that a lot of people are not ready to put in the work. That's just the sad part about this, because there's nothing really special about me or you being on this journey. It's just that the fact that we've decided that we no longer want to become mediocre. We no longer want to be mediocre. We no longer want to live average lives. We no longer want to do what everybody is doing. So we've decided to get on this path, and to stick to it. Although we failed many times, we decide to stick to it. But these people, these men, these weaker men, they do not have that strength. They do not have the will to get on this journey and stay on it. Whenever you tell them about this journey, they're always laughing at you, or they say it's placebo and it does not work. But then they look at you, and then they are angry, and then they are jealous, and then they want to fight you. So these men, you have to understand that whenever you release your energy, you are basically putting yourself naturally in your feminine state. So what do women do most of the time? Women like to test your masculinity. Women like to test you. Women like to figure out the type of man that you are. So that's why they do all these little tests they do. And so any man who constantly releases his seed is also going to be in his feminine state naturally. So you're going to find a lot of these men testing you, wanting to get into fight with you, wanting to get into argument with you. So yes, you are going to be tested on this journey. Men are going to try you. Men are going to want to fight you, because they sense this aura that you are pure. They sense that this is what they want to become. They just don't know how to approach it, or approach you and ask you, yo, what are you doing? Look, I'll congratulate you first of all, like, hey, look, I like your vibe. I like the way you carry yourself. I like the way you look really nice. But then they have such fucking big egos to approach you like a man and be like, yo, what are you doing? I want to be like you. People cannot just humble themselves nowadays because they are too prideful, and that's what I've noticed in these people. So these men are going to try you. They're going to test you to see how you are going to react. And basically, this is what women do. Women test you all the time just to see how you react and know how they can control you, or if they cannot control you. Because once you react, then they understand that, okay, if I do this, I can push his buttons. So these men are going to be doing the same thing to you on this journey. So I was at the gym, and then I'm using two different places at the gym. I was working lower and upper body. So I went to work my legs, and then when I came back, look, everybody knew I was using that machine, man. This guy who was in front of me like 3 minutes ago, trying to lift heavy and trying to show me that he's strong, but I wasn't paying him attention. So I think that kind of pissed him off a little bit. And then when I went to work my legs, after I had finished working my legs, he waited for me to turn my back and then start approaching where I was walking my back, and then he started removing the stuffs I was using. And like I told you guys before, on this journey, you are able to read whatever situation you are in. That's another benefit of this journey. You can read whatever situation you find yourself in. So I knew what he was doing, and I saw what he was doing. I just simply removed the handle of the stuff I was using, and then went to another place, bro. He was so mad, man. He was so mad because he was expecting me to be like, hey, what are you doing? I'm using this and da da da, and then start exchanging word with him. But I didn't do that. I just simply avoided the whole situation. Look, I knew that if I really wanted to check him, there was no stopping me, you know. But then it's just that you giving him the energy he wants, he's going to win because that's his field, you know. He's an emotional being, and you on this journey, you are very stoic, you know. You tend to care less about so many things that people do or people say about you, you know. So he's an emotional being, and he was expecting that emotional reaction from you. And when he did not get that, you know, he was very disappointed and pissed off because you did not stoop to his level. You showed him how it's supposed to be as a man, you know. You're not supposed to be very reactive. You only react when, not even react, you are supposed to respond and not react. So you only respond when it is necessary, at the right time, with the right amount of force, you know. So that's one thing. If he has sense, that's one thing I've taught him, you know. But I saw his face and I saw he was so disappointed, man, and he just walked away, you know. Bro, I thought you were going to use the equipment, man. This is the second time it's happening. Previously, it was another guy. Today, it was a different guy, man. I'm like, I thought you were going to use the equipment. How is it that, okay, now that I've left the equipment for you, then you leave it as well and you're going? That's to tell you that he did not actually want to use the equipment. He just wanted your attention. And look, like I said, if you release your seed constantly, you're basically becoming a woman. You know, you still have your between your legs, but your energy is that of a woman. You are stepping into your feminine. You know, you're already in your feminine. You live in your feminine. You abide in your feminine whenever you constantly release your seed. So one, he was seeking for my attention, which is what women do. As a man, I don't think you should be looking for attention from anybody. You know, you should be confident in yourself to know that I'm the guy, I'm the shit. You know, I validate myself, you know. Women lack the ability to validate themselves, and that is why they are in constant need of attention to validate them and make them feel okay within themselves, you know. So that's what he was looking for. Number one, he was looking for attention. He was looking for validation that, you know, he's also he's how do I say it? That he's also a man, you know. Like, he could feel that masculinity from you, and he didn't like it, you know. So he was trying to tell you that, okay, look, I'm going to show you that I'm also a man. That was why he did what he did, you know. And then secondly, he's testing you, which is what a woman does, you know. A man should not be testing another man, you know. It's just, it doesn't make sense. I mean, you should test your business partners to know. Oh fuck, you scared me. You should test your business partners to know if they have integrity, you know. That's a good test, but not testing somebody as a man emotionally to see how that person is going to react. It just doesn't make sense to me as a guy, you know. So that's what you're going to experience on this journey. And you're also going to notice that weaker men, have you ever been in a situation where a girl is doing something disrespectful to you, and then once you check her, you see all these men running to come and save her and be like, hey, why are you doing what you are doing? You know, why did you talk to her like that? Or why are you screaming at her? And you know, all because they want the validation of that girl, all because they want to get into the pant of that girl, you know. So they try to come and, but at the same time, they cannot touch you because you are just standing there looking at them like, okay, do something then. Do something, you know. And they can feel the energies. That's why they can only talk, but they can never put their hands on you, you know, because they know once they've passed that level, once they've how do I say, man, once they've opened that space, once they've opened that ground for it to become physical, they know you are going to whoop their ass, you know. So all they do is talk like a woman, you know. When you're releasing your seed constantly, bro, you are basically becoming a woman. That's all I can say, you know. Your seed is what makes you a man, you know. Like I was replying somebody on my comment sections today, and we were talking about fake masculinity. Now that you are on this journey, you can see the men who are retaining and the men who are not retaining. It becomes clear as daylight. You can differentiate. It. You see, when you see somebody, just by the way he walks alone can tell you this person is retaining. 99% of the men today have staggering steps. Everybody is just on a like, it's just, there's no firmness, there's no virility in them. There's no life in them. All the men I see is just walking. So they are releasing constantly, and then you can tell these people. So you are going to see these people also, these men, the weaker men who try to act so tough and masculine, but that they are really not that, because you cannot be releasing your seed and be masculine at the same time. Like it does not go hand in hand. But a lot of people want the benefit of a lot of things but are not willing to put in the work. You have to look, life is about pain. You have to go through the pain. You have to suffer. You're always going to suffer in life. You just have to choose what your suffering is. You are going to suffer if you are not disciplined. You are going to suffer if you are disciplined. Choose your suffering. You are going to suffer if you are not financially disciplined. You are going to suffer if you are financially disciplined, because you might not be able to afford, or spend lavishly to get whatever you want in the present moment. Although you can afford it, but that you have to be disciplined with your finances, or else you are going to suffer. Also, if you are not disciplined with your finances, you are spending as it comes. You are not saving. There's no money in your account. Immediately it comes in, it goes out. You are trying to impress people by buying things that they would forget 5 seconds after they see it. You are going to suffer. You are not going to have money. You are going to beg people for money, and that is not where you want to be as a man. As a man, you should be, one, focused on your finances. 2, focused on your health. That's going to fitness studio and all that. And 3, focus on the way you look, your dressing, the way you appear. I think that's the 3. There's this guy on YouTube who I watch most of the time. I think his 3 pillars are fitness, fashion, and finance. So as a man, you have to have those 3 things on lock, because it just enhances everything about you. It makes you a better person. You look better, you feel better, and life is easier for you. So be wary of these guys. Learn some emotional control. Naturally this journey is going to make you less reactive to a lot of things that people do. So you will not be having issues with getting out of control, like losing control over your emotions when people are trying to piss you off. Because you see it, you see what they're doing. It's just that how do you react to what they are doing? That's what makes all the difference. It's not because you don't control what people are going to do to you. All you can control is how you react to what they do, no matter the situation. Realize this: no matter the situation, you always have control over yourself and not what the other person is doing. Again, I said no matter the situation. So guys, keep retaining, man. This journey is going to benefit you in a lot of ways, man, that I cannot even start explaining to you guys. You are going to be tested by these men. This is what women are supposed to be doing. We know women to be the ones who try to test you and see, because they want to feel that masculine strength from you. They do not want to be with a weak man, because they understand that look, if you fail a woman's test constantly, she understands that, one, if something happens on the streets, that you cannot defend her. Women are closer to nature than us, I believe. So their ways are quite, nature is ununderstandable and unpredictable. So their ways are also like nature. It's wiggly, it's not straightforward. It's nature is also not straightforward. Nature has its own ways. So do women. So they are going to test you to see Is this the type of man that I would want to, like, is this how I would want my kids to be in the future? You know, how is this how I would want my kids to look in the future? Is this the type of energy I would want my kids to have? But you have to also understand that only a woman who is also on this journey of purity, of pureness, that is going to be thinking like that. A lot of these low value women choose low value men because like and like goes together. Look, I believe you've seen the trends on this red pill masculinity guys, that they tell you strategies and tricks and all that to get a woman, you know, which is weakness on its own, because they're not telling you the real truth, which is retaining, which is the real truth, you know. They're telling you rather surface things that does not even matter. So they tell you, treat her badly, reply to her late, and she's going to love you. Of course she's going to love you. And which type of woman is going to love you? Obviously it's going to be a damaged, a toxic, and a low value woman that is going to love you, because you yourself are low value. Look, if you're not on this journey, naturally you are low value. I do not want to know how much money you have in your bank account, how much money, how big of a house you have, or whatever it is. You know, if you as a man is not on this journey, you're a weak man, you know. So you are going to, of course, resonate with red pill masculinity. They are going to tell you, oh, reply late, don't be so available. Look, bro, if you are healed and you are in your true masculinity, look, you can still be fully, look, you can reply a woman's text immediately, and you understand that you have yourself under your control. That, okay, if she takes, look, this is the deadline for me. For me, it's 24 hours to reply my message. If you do not reply my message, I take it as disrespect, you know, because I understand the fact that you are constantly with your phone. So as a healed man, as a masculine man, I set boundaries for myself that I do not cross with nobody. So if you reply after 24 hours, I'm cutting you out of my life. It's simple, you know. But you see, these weak men, they try to rather control the whole situation, and that is where they get it wrong. They try to control how a woman acts or how a woman should be responding to them. No, you do not have anybody. You cannot control anybody. You have nobody under your control. First of all, anybody who is trying to control anybody is a weak person, because it only tells me one thing, that you do not have power over yourself, and that is why you feel like having power and control over other people makes you in control and makes you powerful. No, it is the other way around. Having power over yourself makes you powerful, because you understand that no matter what anybody does, I am going to stick to my rules and my boundaries, and that is what makes me a strong man. Look, weak men are quick to cause harm and danger. 99% of the people or men you meet in prison are emotional, impulsive, and weak. You know, they are not using their, they are using their. That's why you find out that women toy with these men a lot, you know, because they understand that these men are also operating from their emotions. And once you are not in control of yourself, a woman controls you. She's going to toy with your emotions. That's why she can be like, hey, look, that man said something to me that I did not like, go and check him. And you, the weak man, you think you are trying to impress her, you go and check that man, you probably get into a shootout or you stab him or something, and then you go to jail, and she jumps onto another man straight up quickly, and you are forgotten, and you are in jail alone. But again, they do not even realize that that is the reason why they are there in the first place. So they are going to come out and repeat the cycle until you get on this journey and break that cycle. You're going to continue to be weak, and you're going to continue to suffer for being weak, you know. It's not that you don't suffer for being as a masculine man. You're going to be hated for being masculine and not being able to be controlled. You know, a lot of people who want to control people are going to hate you, you know. So that's also another negative side of being on this journey. But yes, one, avoid weak men if you can, because you think a strong man is dangerous. Wait till you see what a weak man can do. You know, a strong man is in control of himself. He's in control of his emotions. He only acts when needed. But a weak man he causes a lot of damage that can be irreparable, you know, like just because he's acting from his emotions, you know. He's in touch with his feminine side. So avoid weak men if you can, you know. Choose your friends wisely as well, because your friends are going to determine 99% of how your life turns out, you know. So choose your friends wisely and be smart on this journey, guys. I love you. Stay prayed up, eat well, meditate, go to the gym, run if you want to run, hang out with people who are on the same vibe as you. And I love you, and I'm going to see you guys on my next video. Ciao.